Irvine, southbound 405 at Jeffrey Road, a two-car crash is blocking the slow lane. And in Santa Fe Springs, 5 northbound at Carmenita, there's a stalled car blocking the slow lane there. Your next report coming up at 9:45. I'm Jeff Biggs with more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Highs today in the 60s and low 70s under sunny and windy conditions. Our lows tonight down to the 40s. Going to be partly cloudy and windy tomorrow. Highs in the mid-70s. Our exclusive 5-day forecast is coming up at 9:45. Currently, we have 54 degrees in Riverside, 55 in Inglewood, 53 in Irvine at 9:37.
This is Mike Diamond's buddy Fred. After the last presidential debate, suddenly everybody's talking about plumbers. Mike Diamond Plumbing isn't much into politicking, and you won't hear about our favorite candidate. But having had to clean up a lot of the stuff those folks are flinging out there on the campaign trail, you may say we're a group of experts. We've had to fish out foreign policies from toilets. We win the war on clogs in your shower. And bailouts? Well, by fixing leaks, we've probably saved over 700 billion gallons of water in the Los Angeles area alone, give or take. So if your bathroom's like most politicians, full of crap, call us. We can promise change in your plumbing condition. We will work under the sink, across the aisle, wherever it needs fixing. We're here for all people. So while everyone else is talking about plumbers, Mike Diamond Plumbing is doing something about it. We're plumbing.
The next time you've got a plumbing need, call Mike Diamond Plumbing at 1-800-446-MIKE.
This is Mike Diamond, and I guarantee my plumber will show up on time and smell good, or your house call is free.
Contractor license number 399-170.
We also have 6 smell-good plumbers named Joe. If you prefer Joe, let us know.
9:38 on KNX. China reporting a drop in new coronavirus cases for the third straight day. Health officials say a little more than 2,000 new cases have been reported in mainland China, with 142 new deaths. In the meantime, the State Department says it's working to bring more U.S. citizens back to this country.
The U.S. government prepares to evacuate hundreds of Americans from that quarantine cruise ship in Japan. Comes word now from the Japanese health minister that the number of people aboard the ship testing positive for the coronavirus stands at 355. Picking up the story, correspondent Deborah Pata.
On Sunday, Americans on board the ship wishing to be evacuated will be taken by bus to a U.S. chartered plane, but before boarding, they will undergo a health screening. Symptomatic passengers may not be allowed to fly.
Attorney Matt Smith and his wife have been aboard the ship for nearly a month and don't want to take part.
My government has succeeded in making me feel like a pariah.
His reasons for feeling that way?
The U.S. government has said, oh, you're on board that ship, well, you're unclean, so we've got to lock you up, and we don't trust the Japanese who have conducted a proper quarantine.
I'm Tom Flutie.
A chartered flight is going to be landing at Travis Air Force Base in Northern California. Some of the passengers are expected to continue on to Lackland Air Force Base in Texas. After arriving in the U.S., all the passengers will need to go through another 2 weeks of quarantine. In the meantime, Princess Cruises, which owns the cruise ship that's been quarantined off Japan, has canceled additional Asia voyages on Sapphire Princess and Majestic Princess cruises due to port closures and restrictions in Southeast Asia. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani says he doesn't believe the U.S. will pursue war with his country because it will harm President Trump's 2020 re-election bid. Rouhani said today that Trump knows that war with Iran will ruin his chances of winning the 2020 election. The Iranian leader added that war would be harmful to the U.S. interests and those of its regional allies as well as Iran. Tensions have been escalating steadily since Trump pulled the U.S. out of Tehran's 2015 nuclear deal with world powers and reimposed crippling sanctions on that country. One of the nation's highest profile post-9/11 terrorism cases is finally and fully unraveled as federal prosecutors said they would not pursue charges after a judge overturned the conviction of Hamid Hawat last year. Hayat has been linked to an al-Qaeda sleeper cell in California. Spent 14 years in prison. The executive director of the Sacramento Valley office of the Council of American Islamic Relations tells CBS 13 in Sacramento this was a long time coming.
14 years this young innocent man spent in prison. And, you know, this devastated his family, traumatized our community, and just it's time to heal and move forward.
Hayat, a cherry picker from the community of Lodi in Central Valley, was freed in August after completing more than half his sentence on charges of providing material support to terrorists and lying to FBI agents. The judge overturned his conviction, ruling that he hadn't received a proper defense at trial. Prosecutors could have appealed the judge's decision or asked for a new trial, but decided against those options. Orange County's registrar gives his vote of approval on the more simplified way for Californians to update their party registration on Election Day.
It won't be like 2018, says registrar of voters Neil Kelly, when lines stretched for hours as new voters tried to take part in midterm elections.
Back in 2018, you could only do it at the main offices of registrars, or you could only do it at satellite locations. That demand and that flood of people all came to one central location.
Kelly says the new state law allows people to change their party affiliation or address right on Election Day and in the 2 weeks leading up to the March 3rd primary.
The beauty of this for our voters is that during the entire 11 days of voting at vote centers, they'll be able to come and do this at any location.
Before the new law, people had to re-register and take a conditional ballot. Karen Adams, KNX 1070 News Radio.
We have a crash in Gardena on the 110 northbound. Nordex traffic is coming up in 3 minutes. It's 9:42.
At the Monitoring Center, we care about your home security as well as your pocketbook. The Monitoring Center was built to deliver wholesale monitoring rates directly to our customers. Switch your current alarm system or select from one of our customizable installation packages. Choose the Monitoring Center for your home security. Think security? Think the Monitoring Center. Why? Because we care.
1-866-24-7 for $9.99. 1-866-24-7 for $9.99. According to the U.S. Census, over 10,000 people retire in America every day. If you're retired or thinking about retiring, but you're worried about that house payment every month, I invite you to call us to see how a new and improved government-backed reverse mortgage loan can help eliminate your house payment for the rest of your life. I'm Fernando Perez with Capital Funding here in Orange County. Thousands of homeowners in Southern California, 62 years or older, with equity have already eliminated their house payment using a reverse mortgage. You're in control. You keep the title to your home. Use the equity to pay off debt or to make those needed improvements to your home. There's no fee to be pre-qualified to find out if a reverse mortgage loan is right for you. Just provide us your age, zip code, and your mortgage.